Ever feel like your bubble app is invisible to Google? Or maybe you're just sick and tired of having to slap a clunky WordPress blog next to your cool bubble application just to get any SEO traction. Well, today I'm going to blow the doors off those limitations and show you exactly how to build a killer SEO-friendly blog right inside your bubble application. We're going to go through it step by step. If you're like most founders or bubble builders, you want to own everything, your product, your audience, and your content. After all, why hand over your hard-earned SEO juice to another platform? Why let search bots skip right past your app? And I know what you're thinking. Yeah, Dennis, but Bubble is really bad at SEO, right? Actually, not if you know exactly what to tweak. And if you stick with me, I'll share the same process we use here at ratio.dev to rank client apps at the top of Google. Quick background. I've been around in the tech industry for nearly 4 decades. Yeah, I'm not old. And I've personally reviewed more Bubble applications than most people will ever build in their lifetime. We've helped clients go from page 10 purgatory to straight to the top of Google. And today you're going to get the playbook on how to set up your blog inside your Bubble application and do it right and avoid most of all the mistakes that we've made all along, because there are a lot of mistakes you can make. Before we dig in, if you want to get access to all of the vetted plugins, the exclusive how-to videos, all the tools we talk about, our podcast episodes, great books to read, you really need to grab access to our no-code resource center. It's for free, doesn't cost anything. There's a link in the description below. So if you want, hit pause on this video, go sign up. We update it every week. So you're getting fresh information. It's continuously getting better. So I think it's a great thing to have in your toolbox. And I would really appreciate you signing up and get it. Okay, now let's jump into the nuts and bolts of what we're talking about. How do we create an SEO-friendly blog inside your Bubble application? Let's address the elephant in the database. When you set up your blog on a separate WordPress site, you're making 2 big mistakes. First, you're losing domain authority. Your application and your blog aren't working together. They're kind of in parallel, and Google kind of gets it, but there's a penalty there. And the user journey gets clunky because your WordPress blog won't have the exact same header as your Bubble application. The look and feel isn't going to be the same. You're not going to have nearly as much control over the user experience. You're not going to be able to make it feel custom. It's just another WordPress blog that is related to your application. So the real question isn't, can Bubble do SEO, but can you do what you need to do to make Google respect your blog and get it up to par so that it will rank? And here's what you need to do. First of all, solid database design. Let's jump in here and look at, we're using 3 tables for our blog functionality. One is the article table, where we keep the author, which is a persona, because the writers on your blog may be distinct from the users in your application. They may have multiple personas. By the way, we like to not put a lot of information into the user table. So everything you can keep out of the user table and put in what we call a saddlebag table is better. That's why we have personas. We're going to have the content for that blog post. So in HTML, in the markdown or rich text format, and as plain text. The plugin that we use for the editor allows us to keep those separate. There's use cases for each of them. A description, a featured image, the credit for the image, the publish date, the status, its title. Is it a text? Is it a video? If it's a video, what's the video URL? We also have some functionality that you can use to integrate with our Web3 blogging platform, Circles, if you want. That will give you extra SEO juice, up to you. Then we have categories for our blog posts, which is just basically just a table with category names in it, but each article can have multiple categories. And then the persona table that we have here, we have quite a bit in there, but mostly it's the name, first name, last name, link to the bio for the author. We also have some essential plugins that you need to use. You're going to need First of all, the modern rich text editor. This is the rich text editor that we recommend that you use. It's in the resource center. You can find the link there. It's not free, but it's well worth it. We've tested them all. I have a whole video on why we recommend this editor. So if you want more details about that, go check that video out. You're going to need this cleanup regex URL. This is for creating the slugs for your articles. That's really important so that the URL slug is SEO friendly. You're going to want sitemap.xml. This is for creating custom sitemaps. I have another video that it walks you through exactly that. Definitely do that. You're going to want this structured data for SEO. This allows us to put into the blog page structures like the article information, the breadcrumbs. So when Google or on the other search engines read and study your article, it's easy for them to get the information that they need to rank it well. So those are the plugins you're going to be using. Reusable elements, well, you're going to have your header, you're going to have your footer. You're going to probably want a card for your blog article so that it's a structure that you could put into a repeating group so that you can have a blog page with a list of blog posts, but you may want in some other page to have blog posts at the bottom. That's one of the reasons you want your blog in your Bubble applications. You want to be able to leverage your content inside the application whenever it makes sense. If it's on an external site, that gets really complicated and hard to do. But by building the blog inside your Bubble application, you get all of those possibilities. That's really important. You're going to need a few pages that you're going to have to create. So you're going to have a blog page, which is going to have the different blog posts that you've created, just ordered by publication date. You're going to want a category page that shows the blog articles of every category. This is important for SEO as well, because those category pages will also get indexed. So they'll be included in your sitemap. And then you're going to want to create a custom sitemap and a custom RSS feed for your blog post. I have videos for both of those already created, so I'm not going to go into the details of that, but those are really important elements that you need to get set up correctly to get your blog to rank correctly with the search engines. Okay. Yeah, we've seen the article data type. We've seen the category type. You're going to want a blog admin panel as well. This is just a simple place where you can modify your blog posts, create your categories. In the future, you may want some additional features that you're going to put in that gives you common sort of a dashboard to maintain this. By the way, we have all of this blog functionality in a framework that we can provide you. If you want to just incorporate it into your Bubble application, just reach out to us at ratio.dev and we can talk about getting that for you. Or we can do it for you if that makes sense for you as well. So you're going to create here, you're going to have a pop-up or some structure here to modify your blog posts, title, description, the images, the actual content that you put in, the credits. If you have videos, so that you can the video URL. And then when you're doing this, you're going to want to have workflows so that, for example, to set the slug of your article, every time your title changes or the status of your article changes, you want to go in and change the slug using the plugin that takes the title and converts it into a SEO-friendly slug format. And that's what regex does. Now let's talk about what you shouldn't. So be really careful. Don't forget to add the alt text to all of your images. This is really important. Don't bury your page under layers of pop-ups or dynamic content, especially that blog page. The article page should be as simple as possible so that the content is very easy for the search engines to index. Bubble pages are already harder than normal website pages because they're JavaScript rendered in the client's browser. That means that you've already got a handicap. So be sure to structure the page as simple as possible so that you make that rendering as easy as possible so that page content gets indexed quickly and doesn't take a lot of effort on part of the search engines. Because if your pages are complicated, the odds are that the most important parts aren't going to get seen, and that's what's going to cause your pages not to rank. don't leave your meta descriptions or titles generic. So make sure that every description and every title in the metadata for your blog articles is pulled from the content of the article. Okay, really important. I see all these mistakes made and they can really affect your ranking. If you want to go up a level more, I recommend that you come to ratio.dev and you check out Serpy, which is a custom AI-powered robot that we can install on your Bubble application so that it will actually actively optimize not only the metadata that you can change directly in Bubble, but it will fix 15, 20 other technical parameters on every page of your Bubble application that you can't fix directly in Bubble. So that's an added boost up. If you're interested, definitely check that out. In our header, it says SEO. You go there, you can see all about Serpy. He's really cool. He looks really cute as well. So I recommend that. So when you do all of these steps that I've told you, you're going to keep your SEO equity inside your app. You're giving your user a seamless experience. They can interact with your content directly where they are when they're using your app. And you're making life easy for the search engines, and you're aligning your interests with theirs, which is to get great content into the search engines. And if you do this, it will work. Okay. Added bonus is using Serpy. Be sure to set up your sitemap, your RSS feed, go through all of that metadata, make sure it is getting found, and then really concentrate on the structure of your article page so that it's simple for the search engines to crawl. All of the tools that you might need, all of the how-to videos that I've mentioned about sitemaps are in the resource center. So check out the link below and go get access to them for free now. We update it every week, so it's constantly getting better. So it's of great value to you as a bubbler. And let me know if you hit a roadblock or there's something complicated or you just want to ask me a question. Send us a comment below or reach out to us at ratio.dev and we would be more than happy to have a call or talk to you. Hope you've enjoyed this video and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.